Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we've got a really compelling family saga for you.
We do indeed.
It's a listener's case study. They called it Grandpa to the Power of Three. A really rich story, spans generations, continents, and it comes with some fascinating spiritual interpretations.
That's right. And our mission today is to sort of unpack those interpretations. We're going to look at the karmic threads woven through this family's life.
Connecting the past actions to the present, right?
Exactly. Trying to understand the why behind the what. You'll see how choices, even small ones, can echo across lifetimes, affecting, well, everyone involved.
Okay, so let's dive in. We start with Grandpa's early life. He was born in China during a time of just immense turmoil. We're talking famine, war, constant unrest.
A brutal environment to grow up in.
Absolutely. And tragically, his older brothers were taken into the army.
Conscripted, yeah.
And they never came back.
It was that desperation, really, that shaped his youth. He actually volunteered to be a soldier himself.
Driven by hunger, survived.
Pretty much. A stark choice made under, well, extreme pressure.
Which brings us to this really pivotal incident. He's on guard duty, and villagers try to steal food, but Grandpa, instead of, confronting them violently,
he fired warning shots
into the sky. He got their desperation, but he still had his duty.
A compassionate act, really, but it wasn't seen that way.
No, it was completely misinterpreted.
And the consequence was severe. He was flogged, not just once, but multiple times with a large wooden club.
Like something out of those old dramas the listener mentioned.
Exactly. Beaten so badly, he lost consciousness twice.
Wow.
And that experience, that was the catalyst. He knew he had to get out of the military.
So he fled?
He did. In his early 20s, he escaped China, made his way to Thailand.
Found refuge with his elder sister in Bangkok.
Yeah, she was there, also struggling to make her way.
And his journey there sounds like one of incredible perseverance.
Oh, definitely. He did whatever work he could, carrying heavy rice sacks, selling coffee, produce at the market.
Just building a life from absolute scratch.
Incredible resilience, really, against pretty tough odds.
And then, amidst all this struggle, comes a love story.
Yes.
At 27, he meets the woman the family calls Mom. Now, Grandpa was, well, extremely poor.
Yeah.
Other men, richer men, were interested in Mom.
Right.
But her parents, they approved the marriage.
Surprisingly.
And based only on his good physiognomy.
That's the story. Basically, they thought his face, his appearance, showed good character and potential despite the lack of money.
Interesting. But marriage didn't mean easy street.
Not at all. They immediately had debts from the wedding. And then came the children.
10 children.
10 living children, yes.
Yeah.
3 boys, 7 girls. But there were also 2 tragic miscarriages along the way.
And the 10th child.
The 10th, a daughter, was born with an intellectual disability. Mom was 42 then, and it was a very difficult birth. She nearly died herself.
Just immense challenges for the family.
Absolutely.
So this brings us to our listener, the speaker of this story.
Their son.
He mentions joining a Dhammakaya retreat back in '86 when he was studying engineering.
Right.
And for 20 years, he patiently encouraged his parents, Grandpa and Mom, to embrace Buddhist teachings.
Which wasn't easy at first, apparently. They were reluctant, worried about the donations.
Yeah.
But eventually, Grandpa, despite those early feelings, he became a really significant benefactor.
Made large donations, sponsored Buddhist statues.
Dozens of them. Contributed to building the Maha Dhammakaya Setya, the Phra Mangkol Thepmuni Mahavihara. Took part in lots of Kathina offerings, a huge shift.
A real transformation. But his later years were marked by illness.
Sadly, yes. Developed diabetes around age 60. His health declined from there.
Hospital stays, ICU. His heart even stopped briefly at 73.
Yes. And then he suffered partial paralysis for the last 4 or 5 years. Lost his ability to speak entirely.
But the family rallied around him.
Immense support. Grandchildren and his 3rd son, ordained multiple times, brought monks to the home for offerings, Sankathon.
And before he passed away at 80, from pancreatitis, was it?
Pancreatitis, yes. Before he passed, the children reviewed all his accumulated merits with him.
Trying to ensure his mind was peaceful for the transition.
Exactly. A loving effort.
Okay, so Grandpa's life. Resilience, hardship, spiritual growth eventually. But let's pull back that curtain now.
Let's unpack the karma.
Right. All that hardship, the flogging, poverty, war. What are the karmic roots there, according to the interpretation?
Well, it's a powerful illustration of cause and effect, really. In a past life, Grandpa apparently wasn't very generous.
Held on to his wealth.
Pretty much. Stinginess, which leads to scarcity and hardship in a future life.
Okay.
And there's more. In one past life, he was a wealthy landowner, but quick to anger.
Oh.
He apparently flogged servants, even killed some, and he also funded wars against other kingdoms.
So the links are.
Quite direct. The violence, the flogging he inflicted led to him being flogged. Funding wars led to being born in a war-torn country.
Makes sense in that framework.
Yeah.
And his later success, building a life in Thailand.
That came from the few good deeds he did do in those past lives, some acts of social welfare. But the path was hard because the negative karma was stronger initially.
Got it. And his illnesses. The diabetes, paralysis, pancreatitis.
Also linked to that past life as the landowner. He apparently ordered the killing of many animals back then.
I see.
That karma, combined with killing animals in this life for food, for ancestral worship, it accumulated.
Manifesting as these specific illnesses.
Exactly. Though it's believed that before he passed, hearing about his merits did bring him some peace, and he received those blessings.
So with all that complex karma, what happened after? What's the interpretation of his afterlife journey?
Well, because of all the collective merits, especially the ones his children encouraged and performed dedicated to Buddhist teachings,
Yes.
he is said to have awakened in Tavatimsa heaven.
The third celestial realm.
That's right. In a magnificent golden mansion, apparently, where his divine blessings continued to grow.
Wow. That's quite a positive outcome given the struggles.
It really highlights the power of merit, especially merit made by descendants with pure intention.
Okay, let's look at the family dynamics. It seems like a bit of a paradox. Grandpa and Mom had successful, capable kids, but also their youngest daughter with the intellectual disability. How does that work karmically?
It's not so much a paradox as different karmic streams playing out. Their past support for education, that brought the bright, successful children.
Okay, that's it.
But they also had past karma from offering alcohol to guests.
Offering alcohol.
Yes. And that specific karma attracted a child with her own alcohol-related karma from a past life, which manifested as the intellectual disability.
So very specific cause and effect.
Very specific. Actions have targeted results in this view.
And Mom's miscarriages. Is there a connection there too?
Yes. That's linked to a past life where she apparently sold pregnant animals to be slaughtered.
Oh, wow.
That action, causing the death of unborn animals, resulted in her experiencing the loss of her own pregnancies in this life.
Such direct parallels. Let's circle back to the marriage. Why did Mom's parents accept poor Grandpa so easily? The physiognomy thing still seems surprising.
Well, the interpretation here is fascinating. Grandpa and Mom were actually husband and wife in a previous life.
Ah, soulmates, in a sense?
Kind of. They had made a strong aspiration, a wish, to be reunited in this life.
And that aspiration influenced the parents.
Exactly. It manifested as the grandparents just feeling he was right, accepting him based on that good look, overriding the practical concerns.
And the grandparents themselves, what became of them?
They apparently became earth deities, Bhumadeva, in the same village. Lower level, though. They need more merits dedicated to them by the family to rise higher.
Interesting. Now, the youngest daughter, the one with the disability, the third brother became her main caregiver, right?
Yes, very devotedly, especially after the parents couldn't manage.
Why him specifically? What's the karmic link there?
Okay, so the daughter's disability, as we said, links to her own past karma involving alcohol drinking to cope with problems. Her connection to Grandpa and Mom is through their shared karma of offering alcohol.
Okay.
Now, the third brother, his specific past karma involved offering alcohol to guests and giving it as gifts.
So more alcohol karma.
Yes. And in this life, that karma manifests as him having the responsibility and compassion to care for his sister. It's his way of working through that past karma and earning merit by supporting a relative.
It all interconnects. Another family detail, the third brother's youngest son was born deaf. What's the explanation for that?
Again, a very direct link back to a past life. In that life, this son was also the child of the same parents, the third brother and his wife.
Okay.
And as a child then, he was rebellious. When his parents tried to teach him things, give advice,
He wouldn't listen?
he'd literally turn a deaf ear, sometimes even plug his ears, made his parents furious,
Uh-oh.
and in their anger, they cursed him, wished he would be deaf.
And that curse manifested now.
That's the interpretation. The karma ripened, and now the parents have to raise a deaf child, experiencing the difficulty from the other side. It's also noted he wasn't aborted, as there was no relevant abortion karma involved.
Okay, let's shift focus now to our listener, the speaker. His own journey is quite something. That childhood fire accident.
Yes, with the alcohol lamp, setting his hair and scalp on fire.
Terrifying. He feared going blind.
Mm-hmm.
What's the karmic root of that?
It connects back to a past life where he was a soldier for a king who had ordained.
Okay.
He was in the supply corps and was involved in burning enemy camps.
A fire connection.
Exactly. But importantly, in that same life, he consistently dedicated merits to those he had harmed and made a strong aspiration, a powerful wish, to be free from that specific karma.
And that helped.
It mitigated it significantly. So instead of the full, potentially devastating effect, he experienced it in this life as residual karma. A scary incident, yes, but not as bad as it could have been.
Aspirations seem really powerful in this narrative.
They absolutely do. Which brings us to his career path.
Right. He started as an interpreter, but ended up designing and managing huge temple construction projects. How did that happen?
It's another example of a past aspiration bearing fruit. In that same life as a soldier.
The one where he burned camps.
Yes. Besides his supply duties, he also helped oversee the construction of the king's monastery. And after doing that, he made another powerful aspiration to oversee monastery construction again in future lives.
Like creating a blueprint for his future.
Precisely. That intention, that blueprint, followed him, leading him unexpectedly into this major role in building these large Satya and Mahavihara projects in this life.
Fascinating. What about the sadness of his wife's miscarriage? Is there a karmic view on that?
Yes, that's linked to her own past life karma. In a previous life, she apparently supported a friend who wanted an abortion.
Just supported her?
Helped her arrange it, supported the decision because the friend felt unready. That act of supporting the abortion created the karma for her to experience a miscarriage herself in this life.
It really emphasizes how actions towards others can loop back. So what about the connection between the speaker and his wife? And the wider family group, him, his wife, the third brother, his sister-in-law?
Well, the speaker and his wife are described as true soulmates. Meaning they've been building merits together for a very long time, since a past Buddha era, apparently, and they kept aspiring to be together.
That shared aspiration again.
Exactly. And that core group, the speaker, his wife, the third brother, and the sister-in-law, they've all created merits together repeatedly as a supply corps.
Like a support team.
A dedicated support team for the monastic community, yes. Their shared good deeds bind them together across lifetimes.
Okay, let's look finally at the broader family and the lessons here. Eldest sister and her husband, they're the wealthiest.
Yes, wealthiest among the siblings. This is attributed to extensive past merits, both in supporting Buddhism and in general social welfare.
But they have an aversion now to donating specifically to monks.
Right. That stems from a past life where they encountered some monks whose conduct disillusioned them. It caused them to shift their focus primarily to social welfare, away from direct monastic support. And that pattern, that slight aversion or preference, carried over into this life.
Even though their wealth came partly from past Buddhist support.
Isn't that interesting? Karma is complex, and the other siblings.
They also have these connections as supply corps, supporting the monks, just maybe with varying levels of past merit.
Exactly. And the speaker's role, as he sees it, is to patiently guide them, help them understand these connections, and perhaps re-engage more fully.
This whole story, this deep dive, it really drives home the impact of our actions, doesn't it?
It really does.
Conscious action, the ripple effect. It also highlights the power of making merit and how family plays such a huge role in these spiritual journeys.
Absolutely. This family story is just a beautiful, complex illustration of how everything we do, the good, the bad, the compassionate, the regrettable, creates these invisible threads.
Threads that weave through our lives.
And the lives of everyone connected to us, influencing destinies across lifetimes. Even small things like Grandpa firing those warning shots, or big things like the speaker's aspiration to build. They have profound, lasting effects.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. And maybe a final thought for you, our listener. As you reflect on this incredible journey, this family's tapestry, consider the invisible threads weaving through your own life. What aspirations are you nurturing right now? What kind of karmic legacy, are you consciously or maybe unconsciously creating for yourself and for your loved ones in this vast existence?
A really powerful question to end on. Thank you for joining us on this really profound deep dive.
Our pleasure.
We hope you'll keep exploring these unseen connections in your own world. Until next time.